Good morning, everyone. This is a end of the year 2025 edition of the Daily Trader. What was the biggest things, the events of 2025? For me as a trader, the biggest event without a doubt was the sell-off around the Liberation Day and how that, remember, we sold off April 4th, we hit 48.35 on the S&P 500. Think of how far we've come back from there and you realize how big of a sell-off that was. Because the market was already down about 5% when that sell-off happened. That's what caught a lot of traders off guard. I think that's one of the big events of 2025 if you look back on the calendar and just a chart of the S&P 500. The other things, obviously, NVIDIA, the emergence of NVIDIA as the driver, not only of the NASDAQ and the S&P 500, but of that sector, not only the Magnificent Seven, but that sector of stocks all created. Think about the investments that they've made during this year. CoreWeave, Recursion Pharmaceuticals, ARM Holdings, Applied Digital Corp, Nebius, Synopsys. How about deals with Microsoft, OpenAI, Alphabet, Meta, Anthropic. It's unbelievable the footprint that NVIDIA is making with not only their cash holdings, the money that they're making, but now the investments to spread it out among AI. It's going to be incredible. That said, NVIDIA went from over $210 down to $175 as we tape today. I think it's going to be pretty incredible. Also the moves, gold on the upside from $26.39 at the beginning of the year to almost $4,400. That's a big story of this year. And the other way, crude oil from $71 up to $80 in late January, early February, and all the way down to $55 this year. That's going to help in the fight against inflation. So I'm looking at all these. What can NVIDIA do into next year? What's Tesla going to do next year? I think Tesla's one of the big stocks to watch as it rallies up towards new highs to end the year. NVIDIA not at new highs, so there's so much going on next year. I didn't even talk about the 493 versus the Mag 7 and how that's going to play out for next year, how it played out this year. So there's a lot to go for. We'll have it all covered on Schwab Network and the Daily Trader.